go ahead and go over the XRP that I've been looking at. And then after this, we'll go over a few more. And then if you guys have any questions, you guys can ask them after, just like always. So I do still believe we will see a slight recovery on XRP. Even though they have this lawsuit with the SEC right now, and they're like trying to move countries so they can like do what they were doing before. Anyways, you could probably, honestly, if you guys wanted to, you could get in right now and it'd be less than a 10 pip risk. But yeah, if you wanted to, I mean, that is the bottom of that zone. So you could get in now and then 10 pip risk, or you could wait and see if it taps back down to 20 or 23. Now I say 23 because on this previous daily, this is that markup that I sent to you guys in the chat. This is our previous major daily resistance right here. And then so I'm expecting it to, if it does start going back up, probably head up to at least there. And delete some of this stuff though. And then this daily trend line as well. This is a pretty solid trend line. Yes, it is in a huge like current downtrend, right? But it still was unable to break below that. So because of that, I'm still decently confident in it. And then typically too, this pattern here, this 3 closes inside of this, will typically mean this one should recover. So we might even see it today, to be honest, that TP1. Now, if we don't, it will hit our stop loss and you'll lose. If you enter now, you could lose 10. If you want to be safe and put it below, you could either put it below these lows or below this trend line. So we have these lows here. But I have mine below this, down here like at 20. So I know that's kind of low, but for me, that's just where I'm running it right now. If you want, I wouldn't run mine that low probably if I were to enter now. I just did it because I didn't want to look at the trade. I'm just letting it ride. I'm going to swing the shit out of it. So run it at the absolute lowest 23,829. That'd be 50 pips. What I'm looking at really is this, it's like daily, this is a daily consolidation zone. So I do see a huge move coming soon, but I don't recommend trading it until it's broken out of this, okay? Definitely a big move coming soon. I think it's gathering liquidity. So current uptrend, we have a high, low, higher, high, higher, low. Oh, high. No, I'm sorry. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high. So maybe make a higher low. But I'm gonna wait for this and I'll trade this breakout. The breakout prices are 126,700 and then 125,800. So break and retest of either one of those, I'll be trading that. And that's from the daily. Now we still are in an overall downtrend all the way since December 2014, at least. Yeah, since December 2014, it's failed to break that high. It looks like it is at a major resistance as well right now. So that's why I say to wait, because either way, if it breaks up, it's going to retest that major resistance. If it breaks down, it's going to retest that major support. So those are those two there as well. But yeah, for that one right now, I'm just waiting. But for sure, 100% looking at it this week. You can go there, and then you can go. I'd even go there. So this will give us our re-entry. If it breaks down below, retest either here or here, and then from there come down. You can probably move your stop loss to break even right when it hits this trend line. If it breaks, it'd be even better. But at the hit, you can move this. I'd move my stop loss at least to my entry. And then for going up, the reason I'm drawing this trend line here is because we have one single tap and we have 2 more perfect taps on it. So for me, that's super valid. Then also 2, this next major resistances up top, right about here. So that would be my take profit 2, most likely. Take profit 1 would be this trend line here. Probably this support resistance or this resistance up top. So TP1 for that trade for the buy would be 129. Let's go 200. And then TP2 would be 131.300. Gold on the break of 1900. I'm waiting for a retest of it because right now the RSI is getting pretty high. So RSI on the 1 hour is about 75, which is typically our selling point. So if you guys see rejection on here, let's say this next 1 hour candle comes up and touches this exact same point. That level is 1895. So 1895, 1896. If it's unable to break that, if it continues to close below it, you can even wait for it to come back down. And let's say it comes down to, let's go with, if it goes down past 1886, you guys should be able to sell it easily down to 1877, 1875. Now, if it continues to break below that, we should see at least 1850 again. But going up, sticking with this trend line that I already have right here. So next potential selling point, again, that's why I want to see it break and retest 1900, because I don't want to see it come up and then resist this trend line or close underneath it, and then you guys get screwed from trying to buy it right there. I don't want it to close below that and then come back down after. So I'd like to see more confirmation, let's say like on this high here. Just how much resistance we have there. Yeah. So that break and retest of 1900 would be super, super, super ideal. And you guys, this is not a break. Okay. This is a very, very small. When I say break, I want it to like right here, how it broke this trend line like that. See? Difference between this broke and then retested. This was like a break, close above, and the next candle closed right on it. So I wouldn't have counted that. You guys know I look for strong breaks, or you guys that have been in here for a while. So again, strong break of this and then a retest of that. Because it can't just simply keep going up. It can go up for a long time, but it has to pull back at some point in time. And I'd rather catch that pullback than trying to guess how long it's going to take for it to pull back. So for NAS right here, last week caught the sell from 720 down. This week, since today's Sunday, man, I want to say we might even see, if it breaks these highs right here, breaks and closes above like 12,780. I'm not going to be trading it quite yet because today's Sunday and I don't see enough confirmation for what I want. I don't see a bull flag for me. I don't see like any formation that's going to tell me it's going to go up. Even though it's probably going to go up right now, I don't see it happening quite yet. And I don't want to take the risk on this trade at the moment because my risk for this would be too high. I have to get in right. If I got in right now, let's say 758, I wouldn't want to run my stop loss. Like probably I wouldn't want to run it down here at 659. If it does happen to break below 720 again, I'll be selling it again. You guys could probably put a sell stop at like right at 720. So once it gets to that price, if that's let's say that's 5 a.m. So this candle here, if it's like 4, 5, 6, 7, anywhere in here, you could definitely probably run your sell stop because that'll give you enough time and volatility in the market to push through and continue pushing. Okay. But yeah, below 720 buys, I'm not looking at them quite yet, but if we're going to be buying, I'm still going to want to see a retest of this. And yeah, we still do have a gap at 12,380. There's still a gap at 12,380. Has not been filled. It's on MetaTrader. I don't think it's on here. Yeah, last weekly could be a continuation or reversal. This high here at 12,785. If it's unable to break above 12,785, you might even be able to sell it from there. I'll let you guys know if I take it at 12,785, but right now I'm sell stopping it at 12,720. Stop loss will probably be about 12,750. I'll double check it right now, but that's what I'm thinking for this week. If it does continue to go up, like I said, then I'll find another selling point or buy on the retest of it. But right now, this tells me that it could go either way. Yeah, 720 stop loss up at 760. So it's 400 pip stop loss for 720 down to, let's go 600. That's a 1200, so 600 pip stop loss, or sorry, 400 pip stop loss for a 1200 pip reward. It's a 3-to-1 trade. So this is the same market I had from last week. I haven't done any updates to it, but it looks like this trend line is pretty valid right here. This black one right here hasn't really seemed to close above it or like, you know, strong break it. So I think it's still a valid trend line. So I'm gonna leave it there. But for now, last weekly close on it, still resisting that weekly trend line. This one here. Okay. Yeah, anyways, this is major weekly wedge at this end. So maybe this week, look forward to close above that. If it does, that'd be this guy here. Let's make this one a different color so we can see it. Okay, so if it closes above that or breaks and retests 143.00, I'll probably buy it up from there. You probably buy it all the way up to 141.500, I think it was. Yeah, so 149, or yeah, 141 at least, and then after that, we could probably see 142.400 from that buy up. Now, if it continues to close below this trend line like it is right now, if you guys probably be trading too much today, just because I don't really like the setups that it has. I like where the market's at, but I don't like the setups that I'm seeing. So I'm waiting for something else to set up. If it keeps staying below this, it's 140.300. You guys should see at least 139.250 again. So from there, if you enter, like, I'm not going to enter right now because it's a terrible time to trade, but I'm not really liking the setups too much today. But look at this last daily candle. Yes, we're seeing a lot more rejection on the upside. So price keeps trying to be driven up, cannot break, cannot hold that high price. So we're starting to see some price rejection here. This is starting to come down. Like, it's buyers keep trying to push it up, but sellers keep pushing it back down. That's why there's longer wicks on top. So if we see this daily close here, I don't feel like we're going to miss too much crazy stuff, because this could come down, close here, and then make like that railroad track formation. So this candle will close the same length as this previous one. It's about that long or longer, right? And then from there, we catch a badass entry from like 139.7 all the way down to 138.5. And then from there, if it's able to break 138.5, we should easily see this 137.400 right about here. If we want to be safe, we could even go 137.450. So 137.400 still for me. I'm assuming it's going to go down that low at least if it breaks this zone, 139.300. All right, that's it for me for now. If you guys have any questions, you guys can go ahead and unmute yourselves and ask them, and I'll go over whatever chart you'd like me to go over.